honey. Been such a long, long time. Still I kept you off my mind. But I can't get the thought of you. The thought of you turns my whole world misty blue. Oh, baby, I can't forget you. My whole world turns misty blue. What y'all know about that? Oh, cheating in the next room. Making plans to meet him soon. Talking softly on the telephone. No pain, no pain, no pain. No gain, no pain. Oh, darling, so lonely without you. And I can't help myself. I can't go on much longer. I'll get y'all some All Blues. Welcome to the All Blues Saturday Chat with Rico. What's good? You know, there's Rico the Opinionist. This is one of those beautiful Saturdays. I'm just chilling, taking a little stroll. Are y'all getting ready? This is a good day for a day party, a good day for a day brunch. Awesome. I love day brunch and day parties. I'm going to get back on them next month. Yeah. Get out and about in the Metroplex. Haven't been in a minute. Time for me to get my single man with no cheering back on. You hear me? And there's a certain way we should be behaving as single men with no children. We should be having a blast. We should be in shape. It should just be, shouldn't have too many worries. And so I'm getting back to that. COVID threw us off a long time. And so, working our way back. But that's another topic. Today, I want to talk about, hold on a minute. Let me let that vitamin D hit my melanated skin. Yeah, I need it. What's this? Jeffrey, what's good, bro? So anyway, yeah. Y'all been paying attention to what's going on in Chicago? What's going on in a lot of these cities in the South? What's going on in New York? And with the whole illegals, or now they refer to them as migrants situations. The most famous of it all is this here in the state of Texas. Governor Abbott has been, when they come across the border, he puts them on buses and sends them to New York and Chicago, just to name a couple of cities, but a lot of other cities are getting them. But he's the one who's really spearheading that. Okay, y'all want to call them sanctuary cities? Here you go. You can have them all. I'm going to break all that down so y'all can understand the games that's been played on both sides, Republican and Democrat. But mainly on the Democratic side. Y'all knew I was going to go there, right? And so, okay. The title of this, y'all have to excuse the traffic. It be so rude sometimes. If I were a police officer, I would give them a ticket and force them to get a quieter muffler or something. Okay. We're driving the 60s. He might get a ticket too just for that bullshit. But anyway, so, what's this? Oh, and so, they're playing these political games with us. Not with anybody, not with any other group, but with us. Black folks, African American, whatever you want to call it, people of color. That's stupid crap. But so Governor Abbott has been spearheading this whole movement of, since all these democratically led or Democratic ran cities across America want to designate themselves as sanctuary cities. But no, if those mean old Republican states, red states don't want you, we'll take you. But see, Dr. Claude Anderson, I'm going to always go back to the scholars. They've always talked to us, or tried to talk to us, but we listen to other people instead, about the replacement of the black population in America. We've already been, subjugated to foolishness and relegated to particular areas of town, mostly in these cities. But now it's time to go ahead and put the nail in the coffin of whatever political clout or political power that black folks have. All you got to do is pay attention to New York and pay attention to Chicago. You know, gentrification wasn't enough. You know, y'all know the process of gentrification. Land developers come in or developers come in, eminent domain, or buy people out or tax them out or whatever to put in, very expensive houses and just change the whole neighborhood from what it was. But the people who originally lived there, they can't come back and live there. So gentrification now flat out, they're doing that. Now they'll just go ahead and bring it in your replacement group. They're called South American immigrants or migrants. Because the Democratic Party understands that it's losing its base. Black men have started that. Black men started that a few years ago when Trump was first elected. Was that 16? Yeah. And they saw black men, even though it wasn't a large number, but the idea that you can actually count the number of black men saying, damn, this Democratic plantation. And so the Democratic Party, all y'all who believe that that's the party of black people, they've been making a fool out of our race, our community for the past 60 years. And I've been on a rant for the past 3 years telling heterosexual, masculine black men, stop voting Democrat. We need to move around. And we had 8% up to 12%. 8% in the first time Trump ran, and up to 12 to 13%. Or 17%, I think, in 2020. So my goal and hope they'll get up to 40% of black male voters voting outside of the Democratic Party, whether they vote Libertarian, whether they vote Republican, whether they vote anywhere, but vote outside the Democratic Party, and let the people who they're actually serving vote for them, immigrants, women, LGBT, let them keep their party going. But they know that's not going to be enough. And so what they're doing now is they're going through the process knowing that, when some black men are leaving, there was also some black women voting Republican, voting on conservative tickets. And so what they're already doing, what Dr. Claude Anderson told us years ago, Dr. John Henry Clark said, we have no friends. He told us years ago, but we don't. But we'll let the white woman, Jane Elliott, tell us all about race and all that, and let the white man, Tim Wise, tell us all about race when we have perfectly well-educated, well-versed, well-written, well-researched scholars of our own that told us this stuff 150 years ago. But Jane Elliott, when she says it, I guess it really means something to Negroes. And when Tim Wise says it, when Sean King, the imposter black, the imposter Malcolm X, when he says it, all of a sudden, oh my God, it's actual racism because the white people said it. So, but anyway, if y'all go and pay attention to what's going on in Chicago, they are literally, whenever the immigrants get off the bus in Chicago, they're sending them to black neighborhoods. And all that is to neutralize the political power of black folks. Whenever they send all the Mexicans, all the El Salvadorians, all the whatever, send all of them to the black neighborhoods, well, they've given them all kinds of aid that y'all ain't know the city of Chicago had. New York, the same way. All of a sudden, they could never do anything for the homeless. All the things that black Chicago ever wanted, they always said, no, we don't have the budget. But now, all of a sudden, they received $150 million. Shout out to TD Hip Hop. I love those. I love his YouTube channel and Torian Rain. Torian Rain, TAUREANREIGN, Torian Rain, and TD Hip Hop. Those two brothers are on it, as well as Professor Black Truth. They're on it. Now, y'all can listen to other people too, that's cool, but these guys come with the charts, graphs, and the statistics. And another thing that's very cool about these two brothers, they have voices that you can actually listen to. I mean, they flow, the information, they have good tone in their tonality. They present very well. And you can listen to them. Some people have good information, but you just can't listen because their voice is almost like the Clear Eyes guy. Well, here in Chicago, They're sending the migrants over here, and they're taking out, snubbing out the black vote. You're like, oh, okay, just send me the transcript. Shit, I can't listen to this cat. But these two dudes and Professor Black Truth, you can listen to them. Facts, stats, well, good research. And I appreciate that about these three men. As well as others, but these three, these are the ones, when I want to get the real of what's going on anywhere, well, these guys, that's where I go. Yeah, Rico de Pinas, yeah, I go to them. So anyway, and Chicago is in an uproar. Black Chicago is in an uproar with all that was going on. The city council, the board of aldermen, they never had any money, but now all of a sudden they come up with millions of dollars for other people. But hasn't that been our history though in America? We need all kinds. We've been demanding all kinds of things, but if it's not the state or it's on the federal level, they all say to black folks, "No, we can't do that. We can't. Reparations can't do that. We need new schools." Well, it's not in the budget. But as soon as they get other people, they can find $20 million. They can find $55 million to send to Ukraine or whatever, and black people still haven't caught on yet. Dr. John Henry Clark told us years ago, black peoples, you have no friends. Told us that. But we just act like, we still try to be multicultural. We still try to be diverse. And, and what's that? Inclusionary and all of this kind of foolishness that worked against black progression. All of that shit. Multiculturalism, diversity, inclusion. All that shit works against us because we never mastered blackness. And so here we are again. You had all these black folks when Joe Biden was elected and Kamala Harris were elected. They were jumping up in the streets singing Negro spirituals and yeah, America. Whoa, we got away from that old mean Trump. Yeah, America's back on. The only people who's benefited from Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's administration are non-blacks and even non-Americans. These are the only people who benefited. But Trump is still this monster, huh? And I'm not fan waving, flag waving for Trump. What I do is point out what I saw or what I see. Just let me know if I'm lying. Hold on a second, let me get across the street. Yeah. Just let me know if I'm lying when I start lying. And so, that's what has happened. And so the erasure of the black vote, black political position is in full swing. So jumping up and down for Joe Biden, and then those who are jumping up and down now, I don't hear anything but silence. Won't even just legitimately criticize his performance. You won't. I mean, are you that stubborn? And so Chicago, y'all voting in these Democratic candidates because Republicans are so evil. And yes, they are evil. However, they're not sinister like your Democratic representatives. For some reason, we've trained ourselves or been convinced that Democrats give a shit about black people. And every time you look around, they prove otherwise. When Republicans voted down or put up a bill to ban these biological boys and men from participating in girls' sports, Democratic Party came out and criticized the vote. Can y'all believe that? And I know damn well black people don't want their daughter on a wrestling team wrestling with a boy, or on a track team, on a cheerleader squad, swim team, and none of that. But instead of just being honest about who we are as a conservative people, as a God-fearing, God-loving people, we'd rather stick to a goddamn political party. Man, we're going to learn politics one day. And for those good folks in Chicago, those good black folks in New York, hey, and I don't want to say, you brought it on yourself, but yeah, you might have brought it on yourself. Just look at that. Because y'all keep voting the same way. When you are a voter, you don't have a party. You don't. When you're a voter, you don't have a party. I'm an independent. So I vote wherever I think that benefits me as a masculine, heterosexual black man. That's how I vote. If I don't see any of them, I don't vote for any of them. You understand how that works? But then again, look who they cater to in that Democratic Party. They don't cater to men. They cater to women. And anytime you got gospel songs being sung and all these old weird-ass MLK speeches about people who weren't even born, but they look at a video and try to copy his voice, and we will get there, you know, that bullshit. They don't cater to heterosexual masculine men or black boys. They don't even ask us for our vote. They go straight to the women because they know women like performance. Women like to be entertained even before business. So that's where they go. That's why the Democratic Party doesn't respect black people. Because they know to go around the men. You ever noticed that? Get a Democratic candidate in front of a group of men. And then as opposed to get around a bunch of women. And y'all check out the difference. You know, one thing about real men, we challenge each other. We don't play these games. You know, you're not going to give us no one-liner, two-liner. Yes, right. You better work. You better tell them. Men want to know where the money at. Men want to know where the money at. Women want to know, oh, he handsome. Oh, he speaks so well. Oh, wow, you better get it. Yes, sis. Yes, sis. Get your life, sis. See, real men don't be into that performative politics. That's a bunch of women. And so, Black Chicago, y'all sit around here. Y'all kept voting Democrat and look what you got. Now, the pie is in your face. And I just want to know, those who are listening to me understand how politics work. It's about money. It's about organizing. It's about strategy. And we still want to be entertained because we don't want to do that real work. And you don't want to get the men involved because when the men get involved, real questions are going to be asked. So I just want to say, any other city, if your mayor says, no, like Chicago said, and like New York said, now they whining and bitching and moaning, don't send any more here. We can't afford them. But in New York, you got all these thousands of homeless people, but you're going to accept all those immigrants from Texas, put them up in 4-star hotels, feed them 3 meals a day, get them possible jobs, get them Social Security numbers and shit like that. And you had those homeless there for years. You have nowhere to put your own homeless in your city. Same thing in Chicago. All those homeless folks, black folks and others. Y'all ain't have nowhere to put them, but y'all want to take a school in the black side of Chicago and turn it into a refuge for illegal immigrants or migrants, whatever they want to call it. Y'all pay attention to the language of this white media. Migrants. But then y'all gonna act like somebody like me didn't see when 20,000 black Haitians were at the border. Y'all did some stuff that I didn't know America could do. Y'all actually helicoptered those folks out of there within 2 days. 30,000 people ran them back down away from the border. But you literally, and y'all ain't watching the news. I know you're not. They literally, I've seen them help them out of the water and bring them over to the open borders. But then y'all thought Trump was being funny. We're going to build a wall. Who gonna build? Who gonna pay for it? And then you got if senility had legs, walking around here, just open it on up because the Democrats need these numbers. They see black people, more and more blacks are waking up, and they're not falling for this foolishness anymore. And so they're creating a new voting base, a new voting bloc, and that is with South American, Central American immigrants. And they put them in your neighborhood, just like the good folks of Chicago were saying in their city council and alderman meetings. How come y'all send them over here? How come y'all send them to the north side where all the white folks live, where all the people with the money at? Because they already got their politics wrapped up. They already know. And wherever black people are the crash test dummies of society. And y'all ought to be tired of it. You ought to be tired of it. You know. You ought to be tired of that black America. Black folks who paying attention. Where everybody else trying to, kick it and rap and just do dumb shit. Not paying attention to the business of living in America. Yes, living in America is a business for black people. It doesn't seem to be so difficult for anybody who's not black. And those of you who choose to be, well, I'm multicultural, I'm multiracial, I'm diverse and equity, I'm inclusion, I'm inclusive. You know, if you look like me or Don Cheadle, goddammit, or look like Ice Cube, you black, and you get that treatment. So I just want to put that on your mind. I know whether you like it or not. You know, that's the actual reality we live in. And Dr. Claude Anderson, Dr. John Henry Clark, they've all told us, other scholars, African-centered black scholars have told us. But we won't read their books. We won't have these conversations with the kids. We won't do nothing. Y'all act like this stuff here just happening just out of nowhere. These folks told us 50 to 100 years ago what was happening. Because it was happening then with someone on a smaller scale. They don't reinvent the wheel when they pulling foolishness on black Americans. They do the same stuff they did 30 years ago, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 5 years ago, because we don't keep up. Our memory is too short. We don't read. Too many of us don't read. Too many of us don't pay attention. Too many of us don't do the research. We don't treat America like it's a business. We're in a business. We live under a corporation. But we still, and after 400 years, we're still working in the mailroom. We have not made it up to the corporate office yet, or branched off to entrepreneurship yet. We're still working in the mailroom, and wonder how we don't make any of the meetings, and we don't get none of the emails about when they're about to make big moves at the corporation. Wonder how come we're never included. I'm just saying, we'll have to get this thing together. We'll get it one day. But right now, we just act like we're just clueless. And so, one day we'll get it, right? But in the meantime, we're going to continue to enjoy this beautiful Saturday here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And we're appreciative, and I guess until the rain comes, hopefully it doesn't come too soon. We'll go out, probably grab me a margarita or something. But in the meantime, y'all pay attention. Recognize that right before your eyes, you're being replaced, black America. You're being replaced. And also, let's go back to when I mentioned the game that's being played. See, even though the Republican governor here pretending he's just so upset, but the point is, they're still coming over. Now, I see if there's like blocking them at the gate, blocking them at the wall. He's saying, let me bring them over, but we're going to send them everywhere else. I said, wow, he's really pulling that fast and like people are stupid. Well, I guess some people ain't paying attention. The point of anything is to get in. Once they're in, they're in. As soon as they bring them in, they send them straight to the little areas where they can get looked over. And they're in here. And they're not going back. So we're going to have to get on board. We're going to have to understand how this thing works. We're going to have to start acting like we have some sense in this country. And stop allowing ourselves to just be sitting ducks. Everything is a damn shock to us. Everything is a surprise. Instead of just accepting that we live in a business and we need to become more business-minded when it comes to our group. Because they're even funding people to be over blacks, giving them money, our tax dollars. Yeah, they use our tax dollars, same tax dollars that we fight for and still get most arrests and least money into our communities. Those same tax dollars they're using to send to Ukraine, black people's tax dollars down, along with everybody else. But they're benefiting from it, except for us. In these little black neighborhoods. They're using your tax dollars to house and feed and clothe and protect. With police, they have police people around and they're protecting them. And y'all are talking about crime every week in these black neighborhoods. Okay, y'all need to stop making it appear that I'm probably one of the few smartest guys in the room, because I know that's not true. A lot of you don't say anything because you actually think Jesus Christ is going to come back and fix it. Or y'all think Jesus is going to take the wheel. No, you take the wheel. You fix it. We have to. But anyway, y'all be cool. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. It's your man Rico, the opinionist. Y'all know I'll just be sharing thoughts, opinions. Y'all please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out the description box. It has my PDF formatted short story. It's called The Greatest Pain Ever Felt, Conversation with Absent Biological Father Who Never Wanted to Be Found. So it's only $10. Cash App your boy, $ Rico the Opinionist. Hold on a minute. Did I tell y'all some of these cars are just so rude? It's Rico the $ Rico the Opinionist, or $ Rico Rivers, RIPERS. If you decide to hit your boy the Cash App, please send me an email address so I can email you your copy. All right, y'all be cool. We'll talk again in the future. Peace. Hold on, let me see it. Yeah.